When your medical malpractice case comes up for trial, and now we have to pick a jury before starting your trial, is it the judge who decides which people will stay on your jury? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you the answer to this question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. The answer is no, it is not the judge who makes the decision about which people will be sitting on our jury. Now you might be thinking, I don't understand. How does that work? Well, I'll tell you how it works. All right, so let's say you brought a lawsuit against your doctor claiming that he was careless and that his carelessness was a cause of your injury. Your doctor denies all of your allegations. Now, 2 or 3 years down the road, when your case finally comes up for trial, the judge will tell us, the attorneys, hey, counselors, go pick a jury on this date. That means that the attorneys have to go to the jury clerk to now tell them, okay, we're ready to pick a jury. What does that mean? It means that the jury clerk will assemble 30 strangers from the community and tell us, okay, go into room number 2. And now they will give us a whole bunch of cards of these people's names, and now we have to take those cards, put them into a bin. And the bin rotates. You know, it's like the bingo rotating drum. We take all those cards, we put it into a drum, and now we spin it around. From that drum, we reach in and randomly select 6 people. Everybody's going to be sitting in this room. Nobody knows each other. And the attorneys will go ahead and explain to the jurors what's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to select 6 people at the moment. The first 6 whose names are called, please step forward and you'll take the first 6 seats. That's exactly what happens. We pick out 6 people randomly, and now we have them sit in the first 6 seats. All of our questions from that point forward are directed to the first 6 people. The other people who are still in the courtroom are asked to pay attention because there's a very good likelihood that at some point they will be called up as well. So now what happens after that? Each attorney has an opportunity to talk to the first 6 people, and we're having a conversation. And now we have their names, and I want to learn something about these people. I want to find out whether or not they can be fair and impartial listening to this type of case. Now, you can imagine what's going to happen if I turn around and say, hey, juror number 1, can you be fair? Could you imagine anybody saying, no, I can't be fair? Hey, are you prejudiced, juror number 2? Could you imagine somebody admitting in front of a room full of 30 strangers, yes, they're prejudiced? No, it doesn't work that way. Nobody's going to come right out and say in front of a room full of strangers, yes, I'm prejudiced. Don't pick me. No, that's not how it works. Instead, we ask some questions about their background. We ask some questions like, are you familiar with the attorneys or the people who are involved in this lawsuit? Are you familiar with the topic that's involved here? Have you ever brought a lawsuit against a doctor? Have you ever been sued? What's your experience with serving as a juror before? And now we get to probe a little bit. Plus, I want to go ahead and ask some questions about whether they are leaning in favor of one side or the other. Let me give you an example. Let's say I ask juror number 1 a question. Hey, Mr. Jones, what do you think about people who bring lawsuits? And now he turns around and says, oh, I think that's perfectly acceptable. I asked juror number 2 and she says, no, I think it's horrible. I think there are too many frivolous cases and I don't think people should be suing their doctors. Oh, okay. Juror number 3, what do you think about what juror number 2 just said? Do you agree with that? Do you think there are frivolous cases? And do you think people should be allowed to sue their doctor? And now I'm going to use those comments to now ask questions of the other jurors. Why? Because I want to know whether they lean in favor of or against that particular type of comment. But let's get back to the question I raised in the title of this video. Who is it who decides who sits on this jury? The answer is, it is not the judge. In fact, it's the attorneys. So now, let me just clarify one thing. You should know that when we say we're going to go ahead and start jury selection, we don't go into a room full of strangers of 30 people and after talking to them for a few minutes say, okay, I want juror number 1, I want juror number 7, I want juror number 18. Those are the jurors I want on my jury. That's not how it works. The lawyers don't go in and select those people whom they actually want on the jury. Instead, it works a bit different. Instead, we say, okay, I don't like juror number 2, I don't like juror number 6, I don't like juror number 3, those people are out. Whoever is still left, those are our jurors. That's how it works. And it should be called jury deselection. It's not like, being in the schoolyard at recess playing kickball and now picking teams. Okay, I want this person, I want the best kicker, I want that person. And now those are the best people that are on our team. And now the people who aren't so good now go to the other team. No, 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 it doesn't work that way. It's jury deselection. So why do I share this with you? I share this with you because this question comes up from time to time, and I wanted to give you a behind-the-scenes look because nobody talks about this. You know, I do realize you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, and your matter did happen here in New York, but have not started a case yet, and still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207, or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.